And Brent, how about C.R. Hall? This guy's led a charmed life. He never graduated from college, yet he's made a fortune selling bottled water, coffee, and now I hear he's working for a spot on the senior PGA Tour.
Yeah, you gotta give him credit, but don't forget he inherited Culligan from his dad. And as for golf, he's certainly earned a reputation. But he's best known as the man with the old man hands.
But we'll have more on his golf game later.
This edition of 15 for 50 is sponsored by Culligan. Drink Culligan, because city water sucks.
I truly appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your insight. I appreciate you always making time when I've needed it. Thank you.
When I first met him, he was overcoming some personal identity issues. Sure, he'd quit drinking, but that gave rise to some other, let's just say, eccentric behaviors. One of his favorite quotes during that time in his life was, "It's not gay if you're on top." Well, enough said.
They definitely broke the mold with CR. I met him back in 2000 and remember being impressed with his business, and I wanted to visit his plant. When I got there, I was expecting all kinds of sophisticated plumbing and filtering apparatus, but that wasn't the case at all.
Culligan supply all this great water to all these businesses. Tell me a little bit about that process.
Great water. It's a good old city of Wichita water is what it is.
We take a hose, right?
Yeah, but it's a high quality hose.
Yeah, this isn't a normal hose. It's new. Newish.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know.
Don't forget the filters, though. We buy the filters over at Lowe's.
No, we do. We'll get normally like a Fram filter, and we'll change it out once every 2 months to 3 months.
Yeah.
And I think it makes CR a ton of money.
Uh-huh.
Pay's not so great here, so, and there is no health insurance or dental or anything, so to make ends meet, and sometimes they want more in coffee.
Yeah, sometimes they want the Maui Wowie.
Yeah,
Works well in the delivery route.
just a little,
Nice.
it's a complimentary thing
Yeah.
to the water and to the coffee.
Coffee covers the smell so the dogs can't catch us. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Them dogs scare the shit out of
I'm
me.
telling you. We would like to talk about CR's significant business growth over the years. And with me is one of CR's original long-term loyal employees, Cajun Man. And tell us, how is it that you've been able to stay with CR for so long?
Dedication.
So CR started with you and a few other drivers in his original Wichita location, and in his first few weeks here, he learned that you and some other drivers were selling pot from delivery vans.
Joint distribution.
And why did you guys sell pot? Was it because CR didn't pay you very much?
Exploitation.
CR is, of course, a very interesting guy. Working with him over the years, was there ever a question you could never figure out?
Sexual orientation.
Okay. Well, that does seem like an unresolved question. So, CR started growing steadily in the surrounding Midwest states, particularly Nebraska, Missouri, and Oklahoma.
Expansion.
And a part of Hall's Culligan's success has been finding economies of scale in geographical areas of the Midwest.
Consolidation.
And Hall's Culligan has been able to increase sales and growth in most of the locations it has acquired.
Market penetration.
And just a few years ago, CR bought many of the Culligan dealerships in California.
Californication.
So CR must have felt proud to become the largest Culligan distributor in the country.
Gratification.
So have you noticed CR's fascination with huge things, boats, planes, lake houses? Cajun Man, do you have any insight into why that's happening?
Compensation.
Cajun Man, everybody.
And with his success at Culligan, CR launched himself into the coffee business. He used the same business model from Culligan for his coffee company, and it seems to be working for him. It's super impressive how he's been able to roast and blend his own coffee and get such amazing results.
We'll be back right after this.
Life doesn't stop just because you need to. Crack open a bottle of No-Dose and tell your exhaustion to shut the hell up. No-Dose. Fatigue. Do not take No-Dose if pregnant or sterile. Exceeding the recommended dosage may be awesome.
I'm both proud and thankful that I get to call CR my friend.
A Graduation Salute by Mark Rowe. Behold the story of Hall, selling water and having a ball. His folks named him Cecil, his first girlfriend, a weasel. Paired well, 'cause his Culligan's so small. While in a tavern with CR, he'll assiduously avoid any bar. AA taught him to think, to resist any drink. He leaves early to mate with a gar. Say goodbye to CR, the young president, on the night of this most blessed event. Later tonight, it's his whimsy to refuse sex with sweet Lindsay. He'd rather diddle a bear in his tent.
Welcome to the old man phase. Congratulations on all your successes. Enjoy the next steps. And as always, thanks for being a great friend.
When CR learned to scale his businesses, his life really started to change, and the money started flowing. He bought this big lake house on Okoboji up in Iowa and spent 2 years renovating it. It's a super nice place. I hear it has 11 bedrooms, but they never get used because CR has this aversion to having any guests. It's kind of sad, like he's ashamed of his success or something.
So CR had been flying this old single-engine plane for years, but as his business grew and he started getting noticed in the community, George reached out to him, kind of took him under his wing. He even shares his plane with CR from time to time, and I know CR appreciates it. Honestly, it's a significant upgrade to that old bucket of bolts.
Life took a turn for CR back in 2012 when he got divorced. Aside from the obvious personal difficulties, a lot of his friends wondered what it would mean for him and his business and for him financially. But as it turned out, it didn't really hurt him. In fact, CR didn't even drop out of the top 5 richest people in Wichita list when he got divorced. Instead, Lindsay Hall joined it with him. I feel like I did a really good job for him on that.
Charmed life indeed. And as we mentioned at the beginning of today's program, there is still more to this story.
There sure is. To think that a guy with CR success would decide so late in life to attempt to make it onto the PGA Senior Tour would seem like the stuff of fiction, but not when it comes to CR.
That's right. In 2016, CR actually made an appearance in the Geritol Open at Bandon Dunes. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the Geritol Open. I'm Jim Nance, and we find newcomer CR Hall on the 17th hole. I wondered there for a bit if Hall would ever make it to the green before the weather got worse, but here he goes, about to attempt his third putt from 30 feet. I would just say this, that maybe CR doesn't belong on the senior tour, but those hands certainly do.
In the last few years, he's become quite the cigar aficionado. You rarely see him on the golf course without one. He's just oddly comfortable sucking on a long brown Churchill, but I guess that might be an echo of his youth. As the saying goes, when you build 1,000 bridges, they call you a bridge builder. But suck on one Churchill and you're forever a
I'm Brent Cheeseburger.
And I'm Bob Crotchless.
And that's all for this edition of 15 for 50. But before we go, we'd like to leave you with a few last thoughts and likenesses of our friend CR Hall. Enjoy. Forget, he inherited Culligan from his father, and as for golf, he certainly earned a reputation.
What do you mean you're not going to do it?
Who is it?
It's Gunn. What do you mean you're not going to do it?
So I want to say thank you, CR, for all you've done to make our YPO chapter better.
Thank you, CR, for being a good friend and forum mate all these years. We're going to miss you.
John Gunn couldn't be with us this evening and asked me to say a few words on his behalf. When I first met CR over 20 years ago at a YPO chapter event, I thought to myself, what an arrogant, smart-ass, silver-spoony, cocky little shit. Well, I must say that after getting to know him well, I was right. CR and I wanted to be in a forum, but there were no openings, or at least no one wanted us. So we started our own. Through Forum, CR and I became great friends. We went through business issues, personal issues, relationship issues, and all other life problems and joys. By knowing CR, I was able to meet people that have become my best friends. Many of these people I would not have met had it not been for CR Hall. Friends like Paul Jackson and T.D. O'Connell have become very close, so I guess there is a downside. CR opened up my life to new people and experiences, and while he harasses me relentlessly, I am proud to call him friend. Good luck to you after YPO, and just know that we are friends forever. John.